Hello, hello.
Hey.
Voluntary mortification, dude. What the fuck is going on, man?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having us.
Who?
Hey, what's up, Zach? Zachary? Zach, what do you go by?
What's going on, man? You guys are live right now on the fucking Zach Moonshine Show. Who do we have with us right now, man?
This is Jacob, I'm the guitarist from Voluntary Mortification.
Hey, what's up? I'm Connor, the vocalist.
Well, if you guys can hear me, this is Johnny, the drummer.
Yeah, dude, we hear you, man.
Cool.
Fuck yeah, dude. So you guys are a three-piece?
We're missing our bassist.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Always the bass player, huh?
Always.
Yeah, it's always the bassist, man. Yeah, so we told him we'd just talk smack about him the whole interview, so it'll be fun.
Well, dude, we just got done blasting fucking Death Tremors, fucking Vindicator, man. That shit is fucking heavy as fuck. Like, what the fuck are you guys thinking, man? Like,
appreciate it, man.
Just that right there.
Yeah, man, my ears are still fucking ringing, dude. I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah. Appreciate that. No, we, like I said, I was like, why you play this trashy music right now?
That's the whole point of it. We're trying to screw everybody up in the brain like that and thrash on them hard. Why not?
Yeah, this ain't your grandma's music, man.
No. We want to be known as the Breakdown Kings.
You guys are, man. You're definitely doing some serious fucking breakdowns in there, man. Those chugs, dude. Those chugs. Seriously, man. Like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much all. That's the extent of my guitar knowledge right there. So.
Chugs and tremolo picking.
That's all you need, dude. That's all you need. Like, what the fuck, man? Everything else, fuck it, man. It's for the birds, dude.
We got a comment on our video, on our music video for Silence, and I think someone said it was just using the one string too much, and I'm like, yeah,
no, he said super average single string rippage, and we're like, yeah, dude, it's heavy as shit.
That's crazy, and they said too much. Like, what the fuck, man? No, dude. If that's all you're doing is, if you're doing all that on one fucking string, man, props to you, dude. Like, that's, holy shit, man. You know?
Hey, we're just trying to make, like, as heavy as music as we can, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd say that's kind of our goal. Just something you can headbang to.
Well, I think you nailed that.
Need more of that these days. People are trying to get too melodic and everything. It's like, let's get back to just slamming and getting tough, keeping it that way.
Yeah, do you think we sound, what's the word, MySpace era deathcore? Because we get that a lot, and we were, it's funny because I was out of the scene for like 10 years, and I pretty much still just listened to like MySpace era deathcore bands and stuff. And Johnny was out of the scene for 10 years too, and...
Well, that's funny that you bring that up. I mean, I'm old as fuck, dude. So, like, yeah, I totally remember MySpace when that came out, and I got into a lot of bands on there, but I don't remember it being, like, genre-specific necessarily. Mm-hmm. Like, that's kind of a weird thing. Like, I don't know. You know, there was all kinds of stuff on there, but it was cool.
Yeah, if it's good, it's good, right?
There's like a Facebook group I'm in called MySpace Deathcore, and it's all just about like deathcore bands from the early 2000s and stuff.
Really?
Just that like older like raw sound, you know, when deathcore was kind of just coming around.
So that's like a thing.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
That's hilarious,
sure.
Man. It's like, maybe it's a new genre, dude. Like fucking MySpace deathcore.
Yeah, it's like classic now. Yeah. It's crazy. I just looked the other day and I was like, man, I'm getting old. Some of these albums I was listening to are like 20 years old this year. And yeah, laugh it up, Johnny. I can't imagine for you.
Yeah, we can go back a little ways too. Good stuff. I'd say if it's good, why not keep it going?
Yeah. Who gives a shit, man? Like, as long as it sounds good, that's all that matters, dude. And this stuff sounds good, man. We liked it. I liked it. Everybody in the chat room that's fucking in here hanging out, they all were banging their heads and.
Sweet.
Oh man, I was trying to figure out how to get in that chat. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all throwing the horns and shit, man. So.
Sick. Appreciate it.
For sure, man. Tell us a little bit about your history, man. Like how did you guys? I mean, go back to the beginning. How did you get into music? Like, what was the first thing that you heard? You know, that made you want to pick up an instrument and start making noise, man.
Oh man.
How much time do we got?
Yeah, Johnny is older than Krabs.
Yeah, we all come from such different backgrounds. This is an interesting question.
Yeah, who wants to start?
Go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah,
Jacob can start.
I feel like we should go in chronological order. Johnny was on this earth before me.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. I mean, it's 10 years old. You got a drum set, and I'm like, let's piss off the neighbors, and they've been doing it ever since. That's the way to handle it, That's about it.
That's it. You just said we were going to talk forever.
Well, so tell us about some of your influences. Like, what are some of the bands that you grew up listening to? Like, what's some of the first stuff that really hit your mind and was like, what the fuck is this? I got to.
Slayer, that kind of stuff, and Sepultura, Meshuggah. I mean, just things that are just like gnarly and hard. Is I loved it, and that's all I wanted to do is just be like that, and just anything that's just tough is just that's it.
That's how it starts, man.
Yeah, but then you move on, and a lot of great bands coming along. And just you evolve and stuff, but the stuff that we're playing now, they call it MySpace era, but I think that we bring a lot of more modern flair to it, but we still keep it real with making sure that people can be slamming and banging and keeping that same sound going. So it's just a mix of old and new all together, and we're not really interested in trying to become a genre specific. It's just, this is what we're playing. You like it? Great. If you don't, sorry. Come see us live and see what you think.
Hell yeah. Speaking of live, like how would you describe your live show to somebody who's never seen you guys live before? Like, what can they expect to see when they come? Is it going to be a bunch of butt naked dudes?
Better hold on.
Well,
yeah,
thing is,
we're all naked right now.
Sure is Connor is going to tell you.
Connor's
going to command you on what to do.
Yeah, Connor, man, he's like puppet master.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you go to live shows, and I think Connor puts a lot of work into trying to engage the crowd and get them going, and if our music isn't doing it, a guy screaming in the mic is going to tell them to get moving and get going, and
do it now.
So yeah, I mean, I think our live show is something special and something intense, and every time we've played live, I feel like we've made some new fans. So it's kind of, how can we bring our music to more people? I mean, it's really great hearing, new folks listening to this and thinking like, wow, this is really great. And like, yeah, we want to catch people's attention. And, I think our live show does that for sure.
Yeah. And you got to dodge my sticks, 'cause I huck them a lot, and so
that's true.
If they break, they're going out in the audience.
If you want to know what our live show is like, I also play hockey, and by the end of the show, I'm about as sweaty as I am after a hockey game.
That's it.
I look disgusting.
Fucking hockey metal, man.
It's because I've been thrashing around hockey for like 40 minutes. My guitar's just
the last show that
wet.
we played. Jacob hockey tournament that day, and he played 2 hockey games right before the show. Yeah. Oh, he was so I can
get in that mean mood,
Oh,
yeah. I was just thinking. I mean, I bet that pumps you up, though. Like you're in the zone, and then you're riding off that high from doing the hockey games, and then you just sort of transition it into the stage fucking show, man.
Yeah.
It typically doesn't happen, but yeah, no, it was that was a banner Jacob day for sure.
Oh
Yeah, Jacob's like the gentle soul of the band. You'd never expect him to be a metalhead.
I'm like the if you so no one can see me right now, but I'm like the least metal looking person in our band. First off, I have blonde hair, which works against me. I feel like most people in metal have dark hair for some reason. or if it's blonde, it just looks metal. I don't know.
We call him Mr. Rogers, if that helps you any.
No.
Yeah,
we do.
I showed up to practice. I showed up to practice one too many times in like a sweater from work. So
that is pretty funny. But you know what? I mean, the truth is, like, what the fuck is that? You know, like who the fuck cares, man? You know, like, I think us metalheads are some of the most non-caring about that kind of stuff. You know, like.
Yeah.
I don't know, last year we put on our first fucking festival down here, and there was fucking thousands of people out there, man, and there was all kinds of different looking people. Like, I was constantly amazed at the different types of people that would come up and talk. Some, you know, like many of them, yeah, they got the vests on. You can tell obviously what they are and what they're there for, but there was some people there too that were just like, it's like, wow, you know, like I would have never, you know, like if I saw you in Walmart, I would have never known that you would be into this fucking extreme stuff.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have had the romance moment.
Yeah, you wouldn't have that moment where you're like looking at each other's shirts, you know, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about I think that is the cool thing about the metal scene is like when I see the different types of people at a show, it says to me like they feel comfortable, you know, being here and being who they are, and like I feel like that's really indicative of kind of who you meet in metal and who you see at shows. So yeah.
And people are generally really cool. You know, you meet fans and you meet other people in bands, and everybody just gets along because we all have the same thing in common. We're just there to have a good time and fuck what everybody else thinks.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. Well, let's talk about this record that you guys put out, man. The fucking album artwork on this thing is insane. First, I got to ask about that.
Yeah, like that.
Like, how did you guys?
Connor got the story behind that. It's a pretty cool story, but yeah, we've gotten a lot of good reviews on it, and we're really happy that it turned out the way it did because it's definitely it kind of establishes your like presence and your like genuineness there. Like, wow, these guys are serious.
Yeah. Connor, tell them about it.
We really hit the jackpot with this. It was just a guy I found on Fiverr in Indonesia, and like he barely speaks like a lick of English.
Yeah.
But like I just sent him like this chicken scratch sketch because like I saw some of the work he did, and man, it was so cool working with him. And
super talented.
He did so many revisions, and everything that you see on the album artwork, like the different scenes you can see, like you know, our protagonist is in the middle with like a succubus, you know, ripping out his chest, and there's like people in a pit of regret, you know, and then there's the politicians that are getting sledgehammered in the face, you know, and there's like eyeballs everywhere and stuff. Like it all. Oh, and then there's a bishop getting impaled on a post. It's all like, it all kind of tells, you know, like a chunk or a story of every part of the album in each song. So if you if you ordered our physical album, we kind of go through into depth with the lyrics and like show which part of the artwork is related to what song. But if you just listen to it too and kind of look around at the artwork, you'll be able to find some imagery that stands out, you know, and symbolizes what the story tells in the album. Because it's basically a concept album.
That is really cool, man. And speaking of Indonesia, like there's a ton of fucking good artists out there in Indonesia, as a matter of fact, that are doing this.
It's so crazy.
We actually hired one to do the fucking t-shirts and flyers and stuff for our festival, as a matter of fact. So yeah, like,
do you know what his name was? what his Fiverr name is?
Don't ask me right now. I can send you a link later if you remind me, because I'll go find it, but I can't think of it off the top.
Yeah, I was just curious. Our guy's name was Mohammed Anam, like 7. I don't know. Is there some numbers after it? But what's funny, Zachary, is like after he showed us this stuff, like we went through it, I was like, I felt terrible because I think it was only like $70 or $80.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this does. I was like,
cheap.
This does not. Yeah. Well, I was like, this does not do justice. So I tipped him as much as I could, which was just paying him double, and like he was so thankful. And I'm like, how, man? Like I barely paid you anything. So I actually looked it up, and I felt a lot better because like it turns out that just a few bucks in Indonesia will like feed you for like several days. And I was like, okay, all right. Yay, America, I guess. But
Indonesia must be like the metal art hotbed, I guess.
Yeah. Good metal over there.
Yeah, those guys, man. There's a lot of people out there, man, and over there that they're really, really passionate about what they do, and they just, they love the music as well, and they just want to be a part of it, and they're just trying to make a buck and doing what they do. But some of them motherfuckers are good at that shit, man. Like,
oh man, our artwork was hand drawn, dude, and like even like the little details. Like I remember like there's a bishop in there, and I was like, oh, he should be holding like a crucifix instead, and like he would go in and change that, or like something was a little off, like the chains didn't line up correctly. He was like, fine, I'll change it. Like he was so thorough. It was just incredible. He did everything by hand.
I looked at it for a while, man. When Dustin hit me up about doing an interview with you guys, first I was like, well, what's their link? Let me check them out. And I went to your Bandcamp and I looked at it and I was like, yeah, all right, what the fuck is this, man? And I was just sitting there looking at it for a while, just staring at it and like, yeah.
Just studying it like a piece of art in like the museum, like trying to get all the meanings behind it.
Yeah, no, the concept's cool. I was going to say one of my big influences when I was growing up, when I went through like my grunge and alternative stage, past that,
Taylor Swift
for me. Oh yeah, Taylor Swift. Mm-hmm. Chelsea Grin was a big one for me, and their album My Damnation just is one of like my top 5 or top 10 for sure albums. And that tells a story of a guy, who goes to hell, was like a king, and his journey of going through hell, and then like he comes back, and that was like influential for me as far as the concept goes, and what our album was of Suffer to Rise.
Yeah. Album art is definitely a very important aspect of a record, in my opinion. I mean, like, I remember all the way back to the beginning, like the first record that really got me, that blew my mind. I mean, I was like, I don't know, like fucking 6 or 7 years old, and a cousin of mine that was older than me, he handed me a record of Number of the Beast, and he put it on the fucking thing, and I was sitting there looking at it, Iron Maiden, and all their albums are amazing, but like it was that like I sort of that set the bar. And then later on, when I got older, when I started going to record stores, that's what we would do. It was like, we didn't have internet or anything back then, so it was like you just basically had to look through there and see what looked cool and what grabbed you, and then spend your money on it and hope, that it was going to be badass. But 9 times out of 10, if the album art really, I don't know, like 9 times out of 10, the album art really did fucking measure up to what it was going to be. Like,
yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that, because Josh Schroeder, who produced our album, that's one of the things he said was when he's like looking at some garage band, he saw our album art and that we were serious as shit. He's like, he took us on. Isn't that what he said, Connor? Something like that. He's like, your album art is phenomenal.
I don't know, Jacob. He said something to Jacob about that. I wasn't there.
He said that to me. Yeah, I think that kind of like helped kind of seal the deal. I think he was talking with us, and I think it just kind of added that level of like, I feel like
we're serious.
I feel like there's a bar of like, metalheads know it, like when the album art looks sick, or if it just veers too much into like cartoony stuff, like it's from the yesteryear, but yeah, I mean, the quality shows through. And something I read recently really resonated. They were like, the level of cover art, or the quality of cover art, is dependent on whether it look cool on a T-shirt. And so, if you want to wear that thing around on your chest, that's when you know it's cool. So
yeah, Zach, we have that those album art T-shirts. Pretty sick.
Speaking of which,
hell
Not
yeah,
the recent
dude.
batch.
Is it on your Bandcamp? Where can we go to find those T-shirts, man?
We're updating our merch site soon, which is vmdeath.com, and we just got a bunch of merch, so we'll be updating the store here pretty soon. But we still have some smalls left of that.
Okay, so for everybody listening, and me included, where should we go exactly to find everything?
If you go to vmdeath.com and then click on the store tab, everything will be in there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Or come to a show.
Yeah, come to a show.
Come to a show, check it out.
If you're in the Midwest, we'll be bouncing around.
Hell yeah. Are you guys cool? Like, do you fucking sign stuff for people and shit like that? Like, do you do the meet and greets, or?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah. We're not. I don't think we've.
No, we just like sit there and are dead silent, and we don't want to talk to anybody.
Just look at you like, what the fuck?
People want me to sign the sticks all the time, so I do that. That's pretty fun.
We got some pretty big shows coming up.
Connor, don't you dare say it, man.
Oh, I need to say this story. So the last show, so these guys always give me shit because I don't really help them too much with moving stuff at the end, but it's because I'm trying to network with people, after the show. I have to carry my mic, which is
vocalists always stand there and talk.
Yeah. But
he's got an important job too, man.
The last show, I started cracking up because there's this girl walking around. And she's got drumsticks in her chest. She comes over. Look what I got. Johnny signed it.
The drumstick collector.
She had him sticking it out of her bra, man. I'm like, what are you doing? Why?
Johnny's a handsome guy. Yeah, he gets all the ladies.
Yeah,
come on.
It's probably the drummer thing, but also like when we all like, we started like, well, some of us did, but when Johnny like started doing his Facebook as like kind of a band promotion, he would just be like getting friends left and right. Like he has like more friends than all of us like combined probably.
I don't even do anything, man.
I know, he just sits around and the friend requests just keep rolling in.
It's that face.
That's definitely that's a good thing to have, man. Like, like in today's world, man, you got to do that shit, Like it's just it's totally part of it.
Yeah, we like having fun with people. We do our shows. We're always talking with everybody and hanging out, meeting guys in other bands and stuff, and networking that way. And if people want to come hang out with us and they want us to sign shit, of course, yeah. I mean, we're not like some gigantic band or anything, so we want to hang out with people. And even if we were, it's still fans and other people in bands. You got to be cool, man. Hang out and talk to them and be real. Be a human being. And that's the best way to be. And so if somebody wants to friend me on my Facebook, that's cool. Let's want to message me and talk. Let's do it. We can talk drums. We can talk. I play guitar too, bass, whatever. That's just the way to be, man. It's just treat other people like you want to be treated.
Man.
Oh, the golden rule.
Yeah.
You're so wise, Johnny.
I just care about people, man. That's all.
Oh. Yeah, we do care.
Well, Connor doesn't care, but I care.
This is the sentimental part of the Metal Conversation interview.
Care Bear Metal.
Or hang out and talk to Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
No,
I'll sign your sweater.
Hell yeah, dude. That's fucking that's fucking cool, man. And truthfully, I mean that is what matters, dude. Like for a lot of fans and people out there that come to your shows, they love that shit, man. Like that means that means a lot,
We so appreciate some of like we have some really fun like diehard fans, and we played this show. What was it, at the Token Lounge? And it kind of turned into a mess because the sound guy
Was a dude.
Yeah, he was a douche, and he tried to sabotage our set because we're Christians, and apparently he didn't like that. So anyway, it's not like we were doing anything wrong. So, but we had caveat point. But we had some fans that came, and he brought his whole family, and his 6-year-old daughter was just dancing the whole time through our whole set, and that was awesome. That just made our entire night.
It's amazing. We have our super fans, and I feel like there's a ton of stories, but also just the niceness of people. Then a few nights later, we played in Toledo, and the drumstick girl incident happened there, and she said she was going to go to more shows, and then she came to our next show 2 months or a month later. In a completely, back in Michigan. So, we actually had, a repeat customer for our show.
She and her friends are coming. It's awesome.
Are they going to do Miss Michigan?
Yes.
Miss Metal? Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't know.
We've just had
Michigan Metal Fest?
We're doing Miss Michigan
Metal Fest.
Yeah.
Miss Michigan Metal. It's ran by Steve Maple.
Yes, I know him.
Yeah.
He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Hey, you should tell him to put us on Michigan Metal Fest.
I will.
But
I will.
Yeah, we're playing Miss Michigan Metal, which is this
With
competition. Yeah, Casket Robbery, our buddies.
Casket Robbery's badass, man. They played at our festival last year. Fucking awesome.
Nice.
Really
I
cool
just
people.
saw a comment from Austin Vickers because Johnny and Austin are friends, and Austin came over to a couple of our shows because he's from the Detroit area, I think.
Yeah.
And he just said that you need to put us on your Tennessee festival or something. So yeah, no, but they're cool. We're playing with them.
Love playing with those guys. They're so badass.
We played with them in March.
We got a couple more
something.
good, cool shows coming up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If you guys are trying to come down here, hit up Raven, man. She's the one that does all the submissions and stuff for the festivals. So
sweet. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's what originally, I got to give a shout out to Blood Goat Fetish. It was, it was Christopher Baker. I think he's listening to this right now, but he said, hey, you guys should reach out to Metal Devastation. And he was telling me how you guys had the show, and it was in the Bible Belt, and I don't know, did you have some issues or something? Because it was in the Bible Belt, and people were pissed off because it was metal music being played.
Oh yeah. It was all over the news down here. It was
oh gosh,
it was insane. We had protesters. We had people coming out. It was.
That's so funny. Well, I told Christopher, I was like, dude, we should go play that because we're Christians. It'd be totally awesome. Oh man. Actually, we'd piss off Christians too because we're Catholic. So don't say that too loud.
Yeah.
Right on. Well,
most brutal Catholics out there.
I heard one of you mention earlier that you had some big shows coming up that you wanted to talk about, man. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. Which one of us was that?
That was me. Well, you guys mentioned Miss Michigan Metal, but the shows in March and May are pretty significant with who we're playing with so far.
Rose Funeral. Yeah.
Well, dude, Go Rod is on March 20th. It's Summoning the Lich, Go Rod. I'd have to see from France, I think, dude. I don't know. I apologize. I didn't know them that well, but
you guys are going to France?
They're pretty brutal.
They're coming here.
No,
they're coming here.
Oh, they're doing the album release tour. Yeah, it's Go Rod, Summoning the Lich. That's in Sanctuary, Detroit on 320. And Cognitive and Flub. And then we'll be opening up for them. And then on May 5th and May 6th, we're doing back-to-back shows. We're going to be in Kazoo, opening up for Rose Funeral, and our roster mates through Dustin, Homicide, and a couple other guys. I Decide I, which we played with from Michigan too. And then we're going to Chicago the next day to play the WC Social Club to open up for Rose again. So that'll be sweet.
Nice.
Rose Funeral is one of those MySpace era deathcore bands, man.
Badass.
Well, I got to ask you guys, because I'm a guitar player too, and I know there's a lot of gearheads out there listening. Can you tell us, give us like a rig rundown of what are some of the stuff that you guys are using to get these fucking tones to make these chugs, man?
That's so funny because Johnny called us a garage band a little earlier, and so the album was recorded on like a very the album itself was recorded on a very like entry level Schecter. There's the Schecter. I use it was a Schecter 7-string C1 Deluxe, which I think if you look it up online is like $350.
Yeah, but tell them the story about like how we brought the 8-string and like the more expensive Jackson, but we purposely wanted like such a trashy, nasty sound that even Josh Schroeder, Schroeder's the guy who engineered, mixed, and mastered our album. He did like Lorna Shore's and stuff, you know, he's Mr. Lorna Shore guy. Shout out to him. He was an awesome guy to work with. Like,
super cool,
love it.
Dude.
Yeah. Great guy. We were trying these other
things. Us playing the trashier equipment than the high end stuff.
Yeah, because like the pickups were just like too receptive on the chugs and stuff on like this awesome 8-string we had. And we just wanted that trashier sound, so I don't know. Yeah, Jacob, you can tell the story.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you start jamming, you just kind of jam with what you have, and so I bought that Schecter from Johnny. It was just his guitar laying around, and it made it my guitar. And so we were playing a 7-string, but we were playing drop E on a 7-string, which you typically don't do. You play it on an 8-string usually. But like that's the sound we wanted.
Not us.
Or with Connor. I think Connor's like, how low can you go on your tuning? It was what
originally we had another guitarist who played an 8-string, so naturally, you know, he just dropped that half step from the standard tuning on an 8-string and went to drop E. And then Jacob came along, and then everything was being written in drop E, so it was like, you just stick with the tuning.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure Jacob was like, we're not changing tuning.
we banged through that album over the course. Like, all the songs are written over the course of a year, some quicker than others. So by the time we got to the studio, and you know, we were trying to do everything we could to brush up and get everything all nice and ready to go, and we had an 8-string made available to us from that former guitarist actually, and it wasn't our sound. Like, we were so used to the drop E on the 7-string, like that was kind of what the album was written in.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of the sound we wanted to preserve. And yeah, I mean, Josh made it sound as nasty and dirty as we could. Yeah. And so yeah, I'm pretty proud of this. Honestly, you know, people can tell like what we're playing, I guess. But yeah, no. So I now play on a Schecter Omen Extreme, the 7-string. I upgraded a few $100 more. So yeah, no, it's a lot went into that sound, and a lot made it sound really good. Definitely with Josh and, you know, everyone we worked with through the recording process.
The best part was Jacob ordered a different guitar recently, and it was a multi-scale, and it also sounded too clean.
I sent that back.
Not garage enough.
I needed more trash.
So speaking of trash, so I run with 5 Chinas on my kit, and people are always like, "Oh, you only got 1 or 2 crash." I'm like, "Yeah, I run Chinas, and my kit's just a cheap Ludwig that I can like just thrash on and throw it in the back of my truck. It just sounds just disgusting when I'm playing live, and that's the best way to go, with some Evan heads on it and everything, and they're hydraulic heads, so you can get like a deep, nasty sound, and I just wail on them the whole time, and by the time I'm done playing, I can barely even hold my sticks. It's the best way to go, man. Just deep, nasty, thrashy, trashy sound is the way to do it.
That's awesome,
Johnny?
Man. That is awesome, dude.
Johnny has a whole warehouse of musical stuff out west on the coast. that he always talks about.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe to have someone bring that home to Johnny.
Go get a truck and bring it all back. I got four kits.
It's 4 now? I swear that number just increases.
I got 4, and I got a bunch of guitars. It's musical junkie. I'm not the only one, man. Come on.
That's cool.
And anybody listening have a bunch of stuff? Come on.
That's cool though that you mentioned like using fucking like what you think of as trash gear, like, because to be honest with you, like sometimes you can really get some good fucking sounds out of some stuff that a lot of people wouldn't really think. I know I'm a big fan of that guy Glenn Fricker on YouTube, man. I'm always watching his fucking shows, and he's always ragging on the big companies, for trying to push all this stuff, like you need this, you need that, you need this. Yeah. In the end, you really don't. Like, I mean, there's so many people out there making really good music with pretty basic stuff that you can get, for on a budget and really make a heavy sound. I mean, I have some pretty high end stuff here, but then I have low end stuff too, and to be honest with you, I mean, I don't always notice that much of a difference depending on what I'm doing, like, I don't know.
Right.
Oh, yeah. It like, when I was researching equipment, as someone here as someone in the band who is the newest to music, this is actually my, like, first ever, like, real band that I've been in. So I'm like the freshman in the group here. So it kind of blew my mind when I was researching equipment, and, they said a lot of what you sound like is in the guitar player, and that just like blew my mind. Like, here they are talking about pickups and strings and guitar, and they're like, well, actually 90% is actually just how you play. And I was like, wow, okay. Like, so yeah, I mean, it's interesting how, you have people with different equipment and things like that, but their style is kind of just in the person who they are, sort of thing.
That's so true, man. I don't have, I mean, all my gear together is, thousands, but not having, the really expensive kit with, maple shells and all that, I don't think it would sound any different, because it's like you were saying, man, it's like I have, my legs and my arms, and that's the instrument, and I just make whatever I'm playing sound like what I want it to do. I even play barefoot, man. I have like $800 pedals, and I'm playing them barefoot because I want to make sure that I can feel everything that I'm doing with my feet.
That is badass.
It's me. Even more so when you find out that we practice in a pole barn that until recently wasn't climate controlled, and so we're in mid Michigan where it's like deathly hot in the summer and then just bone cold chilling in the winter, and he'd be like, yeah, I can't play when like my feet are touching the ice cold pedals and it's like 20 degrees. Like,
we'd have space heaters. We'd have space heaters just like crowded around his feet. Try to keep him warm.
People are like, we just put some shoes on, man. I
remember like part of like we like Connor started working on like getting it like, climate controlled, and I went up there and tried to help, and it was like, so finally we have a space heater, or a heater now we have to like turn on to get it all warmed up before we get there. So.
Mini split. Works great.
Yeah. We're Michigan boys. We can handle it.
Yeah, but Zachary, that's why, like, before we play a show, I'll go up to Jacob and tell him that his sweater looks ugly or something, because I really want him to get that aggression out on the guitar.
Make him mad.
Yeah, there's nothing that grinds my gears more than
grinds my gears.
My nice kept sweater is
cardigan.
Right.
Well, all your fans are hearing this now, so now when they go to see you next at your next show, for all the people out there that are going to go see you guys live, man, just tell them.
Where's Mr. Rogers?
Hey, dude, your fucking sweater sucks.
Yeah, and we want him to wear a sweater
all of a sudden,
well, what was funny is there was one of our shows we went to that I just hopped in the car with the guys and on the way out from work, and I was wearing like a polo and like dress pants, and so we jumped like right into a load-in at the place, and so I hadn't changed my clothes yet. I just have like this polo and like dress pants. I look totally out of place. And they're like, "Are you gonna wear that for the show?" Everyone in the band asked me that seriously, and then they like as if they were concerned, and then they were like, "Oh, you should totally do it."
Yeah, why not?
I'm still thinking about just showing up as like the total business casual metal guitarist on the stage, and then just destroying everybody with my
dude. It don't matter, like I mean, remember Angus Young fucking went out there on stage every night wearing his fucking school uniform, and he
that's it.
He was like, "Fuck it, man! Like I'll just keep wearing this."
Yeah, it's funny. We each have like our own little persona. Like I look like the homeless caveman guy, screaming on stage. Jacob's like Mr. Clean. Johnny is just, you can't even see him because he hides behind he's hiding in his
We haven't seen
his
his
hood
head in years.
Yep, he hides behind the kit. He never knows what's going on in the show.
I wish Eric, our bassist, was here because he's like, still
Mr. Cartoon.
Yeah, he's still like 20 at heart. Like he'll wear like Scooby-Doo shirts and like cartoons I watched when I was young.
Orange socks. He's like the punker guy that is just playing with us because he's like he loves us, But he's like a total punker.
Poor guy.
Yeah, we're weird, but
he's not even here to fucking defend himself, man.
Yeah, you gotta take our word for it.
That's his fault. He asked for it.
All right. Well, I'm about out of questions for you guys, man. Is there anything else you want to let your fans know, man? Let the people know.
Oh man, that's a good question.
Yeah, we appreciate the support. It's like we were saying about the show is when we just love you guys coming out, hanging out with us, even if it's just a couple of you. Like, just makes what we're doing worth it, and just dialoguing with you guys and hang out, listen to music we like.
I would say, like, for people on here that were enjoying it and they hadn't heard us before, like, do kind of pass it along, like let people know, like, hey, here's a cool band you want to check out, or just throwing us on like a playlist. Like if you do like playlists on Spotify, like just getting our music out there to more people, it's really exciting. So if you enjoyed it, like share it with other people that you think will enjoy it too. So we really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, check out our album too. We we signed with Rottweiler Records back, when was that? Like April,
right before, like
2022. Yeah, that was a chaotic few months. Like we were recording the album, and then we got the record deal through Rottweiler Records. We lost our bassist all at the same time. It was, it was just a nightmare. Very stressful times, but we got through it. And so if you guys want to just check out our album, support us too if you want. Pick it up, go check out our merch and stuff, because we might keep making music and.
Come to shows, come hang out with us, listen to the music, have a good time. Number one, just have a good time,
Hell yeah. Well, I'm going to post your fucking link every fucking where tomorrow when I upload this interview. Before I let you guys go, can I get you to make us a station tag real quick?
Oh, yes, I love doing these.
Oh, yes. How stupid do you want it? Oh, man.
It's stupid. Dude, do it as stupid as you can fucking do it, man. Whenever you're ready,
no.
Say something like, this is Voluntary Mortification, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio. But say it however the fuck you want to say it, man.
Dude, the last time we did it, it was so funny. Because, I screamed some nasty thing, and then
do it, man.
Then Jacob came on, and he talked like Mr. Mackey from South Park. and then Eric couldn't even talk. He was just speechless, laughing so hard for this. Oh man!
All right,
go for it, man. Do it.
So what do you want us to say?
Say something like this.
Or one at a time.
This is Voluntary Mortification, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
So we do it one at a time.
You do it one at a time, or all at the same time, or whatever you want to do, man.
Connor, lead us off.
Okay, so this is Voluntary Mortification, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio. That's what we're doing? Okay. Maybe I'll do some screams or something.
Use that one.
Yeah, use that. This is Voluntary Mortification, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio. Yeah.
Go ahead, Jacob.
Hey there, this is Voluntary Mortification, and you're listening to that there Metal Devastation Radio.
All right, listen up. This is Johnny with Voluntary Mortification. You're listening to Metal Devastation Radio. That's all I got.
Hell yeah.
Someone has to be normal.
Can you give us one in guttural fucking growling fucking mode, dude?
Yeah, Connor.
Voluntary mortification.
Nice.
Let's hear it.
This is Voluntary Mortification. This is Voluntary Mortification. And you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
that?
dude.
Is that
Yeah,
stupid
dude.
enough?
Yeah, that was bad fucking ass, man. That was awesome. That was so awesome. So awesome.
I
And
probably
that was Jacob doing it, too.
I'm doing the Wayne's World fucking hails to you right now, man. That was
dude.
awesome, dude.
Sure.
My wife's going to kill me. I probably just woke the kids up.
Love you guys, man. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us tonight, man. Seriously, dude.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, thanks a lot.
We appreciate it, man.
Hey, we're going to blast
It's been
another
awesome
track.
meeting you. Yeah.
We're going to, yeah, dude.
Hey, what are you going to play?
We got fucking Valley of Slaughter coming up next.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fun one. Hey, come out to our shows, and we always do a Wall of Death to that song.
Hell yeah,
So-
dude.
Wall of Death.
Appreciate it.
Hit it.
There you go, man. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, take care, man.
Take care.
There you have it, folks. Voluntary fucking mortification live on the Zach Moonshine Show. What did I say earlier? I said put your speakers in your fucking windows, put them in your front lawns, put them everywhere. Make everybody fucking hate you. When they hear this, they're going to be calling fucking U-Haul trucks, man. You bet. I'm serious. Crank it up.